I'll change all the names for privacy. I 26F have been dating my boyfriend, Miles 29M, for just over a year. Miles is an architect, passionate about his work, constantly sketching and dedicating time to his craft. Overall, our relationship has been great. I genuinely thought he was the one. Recently, though, something happened. A few months ago, Miles introduced me to Ava at a mutual friend's birthday party. I'd heard about her before, and now I got to meet her. She was funny and surprisingly stylish. As a fashion buyer, we ended up chatting about trends and what's in right now. I never felt weird about her, even though she and Miles have been friends for years. I was sort of glad she was in his life. She seemed like a good influence compared to some of his other friends. But lately, Miles has been more secretive with his phone, always tilting it away from me. I didn't say anything at first because I didn't want to be that girlfriend. Last week, I was at his place when his mom showed up saying her car battery had died and she needed help jump-starting it. Miles rushed out, saying it wouldn't take long. He left his phone behind on the coffee table, screen down. I kept myself busy scrolling through TikTok, but his phone started buzzing repeatedly. I'm not insecure, so I wouldn't snoop through my boyfriend's phone, but I couldn't shake my anxiety. After hesitating, I picked up his phone. All I saw were just work messages, making me feel stupid for snooping. But then I checked everything, including the gallery. What I saw made my heart drop. Explicit photos of Ava. Some looked professional, while others seemed spontaneous, but they were all sexual. I felt like throwing up. When Miles returned, I couldn't hold back. "Why do you have photos of Ava naked on your phone?" His reaction was strange. He didn't freak out or deny it. Instead, he just stared, then said, "It's not what you think." He insisted it's nothing and you're overreacting, never addressing my concerns. Eventually, he got defensive, making me feel wrong for invading his privacy. I just decided there and then that I should leave. He's been texting nonstop, but I'm too angry to respond. I can't stop thinking about those photos and can't eat without feeling sick. Why AVA? Why was she sending him that stuff? Why was he even saving them? He can't think I'm that dumb not to find out? Is this salvageable? What am I supposed to do now? Comments, writ posit writ. It's not what you think is only a valid response if it is immediately followed by the surprisingly innocent, truthful explanation that makes total sense once revealed. Failing that, one must assume it is what you think you found his wank bank, and Ava is the star. Lord mwahaha this. If it's not what you think, then he needs to immediately follow up with what it is. He didn't because it is exactly what OP thinks. France's baby houseman. Well, it all looks clear to me. He's interested in her. Nothing you can do about it. Save yourself some trouble and delete him from your life. I don't know if I could live with myself, not knowing everything that happened between them. Small 4 Irie. Don't worry, you definitely can. Remember wise words from Tame Impala. The less I know, the better. Comfortable Echo 972. Do you want to salvage it? And if so, why? I could never be with someone I can't trust. You'll always wonder every time he picks up his phone and texts, comes home a little late, grows a little quiet. Trust doesn't come back, no matter what people say. What happens is you lower your standards. You go numb. Part of you dies as you bury your head. But the guy who you can trust and who will love you and be loyal is out there, and you may miss him by staying with a cheater. OOP. As corny as it sounds, it felt different this time. I've dated my share of men before, and I assure you this isn't my fear of being single forever speaking. It's more like I genuinely believed he was perfect. That's what I thought. At least we have similar interests, and both of us were clingy. That's why this doesn't make sense. When would he even have the time to pull all of this? Update. First of all, thank you to everyone who reached out to me privately or responded to my original post. Whether you were understanding or trying to give me a reality check, I genuinely appreciate all of it. I know many of you advised against reaching out to him, but I decided to do it anyway. I texted him, there were tons of unanswered messages, and it wasn't too long before he responded. I invited him to a cafe we used to get bagels from every Saturday morning to make him feel nostalgic and sad about throwing away our sweet tradition, and partly because I felt a public space would force us to keep things civil. He tried hugging me when he came, but I just wanted to get straight to the point. The explanation he gave me was honestly confusing. Apparently, he and Ava had dated a few years back, and he thought I'd make him drop her as a friend if I found out. He went on to say that he had deleted her nudes, but because of some storage issue, they were still on his iPad. And when his phone synced with the iPad, the photos got downloaded onto his phone. This felt like a huge reach, but I decided to play along with it until the next day when I decided to start my own investigation. I found Ava on Instagram through Miles's following list, messaged her, and asked her to get the story straight. After about 30 minutes, Ava responded with, "We never dated." Shortly after getting Ava's message, I called her and gave her all the facts. She was absolutely petrified. She said he could not possibly have her nudes. I tried to describe the photos from what I remembered, but she reassured me that not only did she not take pictures like that, there was also no possibility they existed in the first place. I was cautious, but her reaction was convincing. At that point, I felt like I was going insane. I said goodbye to Ava because this was too much for both of us. I went straight to his house. When he let me in, I demanded answers and told him to stop bullshitting me. That's when he broke down and admitted the truth. He made AI-generated photos with her face. He mumbled something about it being a mistake, but I stopped listening. I just needed to leave. Avoiding his pathetic attempts to touch or comfort me, I left his place, took an Uber home, and spent the rest of the night crying. He's been blocked everywhere. He won't be reaching me again. After I informed Ava about the vile things he had done, she started tearing up. She cried, I cried, it was a mess. I kept apologizing to her. It felt like I had some part in this horrible situation. The rest will stay private, but I'll be supporting Ava with whatever she decides to do with this information. I'm just glad it's over. My friend will be staying over for a few days to help me get through it all. Thank you to everyone who shared kind words and cared. I'm still figuring things out, but I'll be okay. Comments. Okay, WillowFiv2117. Oh my god, he's a effing weirdo. How dehumanizing and gross. Like, I cannot even imagine how he thought this was okay. Sounds like he had some weird obsession with her. Also, the fact that he said that he wasn't cheating. Like, what do you call making sexual AI photos to jerk off to of one of his friends called? He should be so embarrassed with himself. I hope he stays the hell away from the both of you because this person is not mentally okay and clearly unstable. I had a feeling it was something darker on his end because of how you described her being so nice to you. I feel so sad for you and for Ava. I'm glad you have each other. You are much better off without this freak. Be grateful you saw him for the person that he is so early on and not years down the line. I wish you two girls the best. Whatever you girls decide to do with this information, I hope it works out and people know what kind of effed up person he is. Breezy Wanderer, I hate that this is what this world is coming to. Words can't even describe how much of a creep this guy is, and good on you for blocking him and getting him out of your life. This is a violation of trust and privacy of epic proportions, and I can only imagine what Ava is going through right now. C. Gannett OP, I know reaching out to Ava wasn't meant to help her, but you did. Good on you. I can't believe your ex did this. You deserve so much better. She's spready tied up. Well, that was quite a plot twist I didn't expect. I guess he was right when he said it's not what you think. Iwanovsky, I was gonna write the same. At least that line, which stood out as a throwaway statement, was actually 100 factual.